Hello, children. How are you? Hope you are all well, staying indoors. Now, during this lockdown period, as we all cannot have our classes, so here I am for you. Now, today we have the poem one. Before this, we had done other grammar exercises also, but now we have our poem, and the first poem of Unit 1 is Wake Up. In this poem, the poet has asked you to wake up early in the morning, and it has told you the importance of waking up early in the morning so that you can enjoy Mother Nature. Let us read and recite the poem and do the exercises. Wake up. Let us read and recite this poem now. Wake up, wake up. It's a lovely day. Oh, please get up and come and play. The birds are singing in the trees, and you can hear the buzzing bees. You can very well see a boy enjoying the Mother Nature, the birds, they are diving into the water, into the pond, the trees, the other birds, the Mother Nature, the grass. Everyone is enjoying. So the poet has asked you to wake up. It's a new day, and the birds have gotten up, the bees have gotten up. Now, here we see the girl. Wake up, it's a lovely day. Oh, please get up and come and play. It's much too late to lie in bed. So hurry up, you sleepy head. Wash and dress and come on out, and everyone is up and about. The cow, the horses, the ducks, and the sheep. The tiniest chicken. Cheep, cheep, cheep. Wake up. This is the poem written by C. Fletcher, and here you can see the sun, the birds, the horses there in the stable, and the girl with the lamb, right? So Mother Nature is telling us it's yet a new day. The bees, the birds, all have gotten up. They now it is too late to lie in bed, and you have to hurry up. You have to get up. You have to wash yourself. You have to dress yourself. You have to come out. Everyone is now up and about. Everyone has gotten up. Now you have to wake up. Right? So this is the way the poem has been done. We will go for the intonation now, and you'll all will enjoy this poem. You'll all will enjoy singing this poem. Wake up, it's a lovely day. Oh, please get up and come and play. The birds are singing in the trees, and you can hear the buzzing bees. Wake up, it's a lovely day. Oh, please get up and come and play. It's much too late to lie in bed. So hurry up, you sleepy head. Wash and dress and come on out. Everyone is up and about. The cow, the horses, the ducks and the sheep, the tiniest chicken. Cheep, cheep, cheep. Wake up. So Mr. C. Fletcher is the poet of this poem. And now we'll go for the new words that have been given here. The new words are lovely. What does lovely mean? Lovely means something very beautiful, very attractive. Buzzing means something said in a low and continuous humming sound. Like this. Sleepyhead is someone inattentive and a lazy person. Tiniest, very small. Now, we have to go for here they have given the question answers. Reading is fun. What do you think birds say to each other in the morning? What do you think the birds say to each other in the morning? The birds, they wake up and say good morning to each other. who are already awake? Trees, birds, sun, they're already awake. Which creatures wake up in the morning before the child does? All things in the mother nature, animals, birds, insects, trees, other people, they wake up in the morning before the child does. Now what is given here in the let's listen section? Listen to the songs of birds. Here they have given the B sound birds: boy, bee, big, bubbles, bin, bag, blue, blow, black. All these are the B sound words given. And second is listen to the baby chicks. Cheep, cheep, cheep. They do it that way, isn't it? Now go for a morning walk. Listen to the sounds you hear. What sounds do you hear in the morning? Just close your eyes and imagine what sounds do you hear in the morning. You hear the rustling of leaves. Rustling of leaves means when the leaves they just touch each other, or when the wind blows, they just make a sound. That is rustling of leaves. Wind blowing, chirping of birds, sounds of footsteps, people talking. All these there are there in the mother nature. And imagine that a cow, a horse, a duck, and a chicken are meeting for a morning meal. What would they say to one another? Talk about it. Now, this will be your home assignment to see what would, just to imagine and think. What can a cow, a horse, a duck, a chicken, and other animals, when they meet each other in the morning, what will they talk about? Here I give you a limerick. You try it. It's given in the story. Betty bought a bit of butter. Betty bought a bit of butter, but the bit of butter that Betty bought was bitter. So Betty bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better. This is a limerick. You try to speak. I spoke it very slowly. You try to speak it in a fluence. And when you speak it fluently, then you'll have a command over of your tongue. I learned it in my childhood, but the words were different. Betty bought a bit of butter, but the bitter butter was very bitter. So Betty bought more butter to make the bitter butter better. This was what I learned when I was a child. Now here they have given a let's write question. This is the grammar part. Connect the pair of sentences below using and or but. Do you know what are and or but? And or but, they are conjunctions. Conjunction is a part of a speech. Conjunction are the joining words which join two or more words or sentences. The example of conjunctions are and, but, because, or, if, when, that, so. So these are the conjunctions. Here we have to use only to, and, or, but. It is time to get up for school. I want to sleep for some more time. Now, when we use and, the two sentences should be in agreement with each other. They should be alike. But when we use but, the two sentences mean different. Here, the child says it is time to get up for the school. And what has happened? The child wants to sleep for some more time. Now, the two sentences, they are different from each other. So, they are not in agreement with each other. So, what will we do? We will use but. It is time to get up for the school, but I want to sleep for some more time. You will use but here. Now, second, Sheila got some chocolates for her birthday. She got some new clothes too. Now, this tells that Sheila on her birthday she had chocolates and she got clothes also. Now the two sentences, they are agreement with each other. They are aiming at the same thing, chocolates and clothes for the birthday. So here we'll use and. Sheila got some chocolates and new clothes for her birthday. That's simple. Now in the third part, if we have been given everyone has gone to sleep, I want to read my book. Now, these are two different sentences. They have no connection with each other right now. They are telling us the difference. Everyone has gone to sleep in the house and the child wants to read the book. So here we'll use but. Everyone has gone to sleep, but I want to read my book. But. Now in the fourth question, we have been given two sentences. Raju plays cricket. He also plays hockey. So we have been told about two sentences and they are in agreement with each other. They tell the same thing. So here we'll use and. Raju plays cricket and hockey. Simple. Now we have question number 2. Fill in the blanks according to the example given below. Here what I can see is we have to use the three forms of the verb. Not the three forms of the word, the 3 degrees of comparison they have given. What are describing words? Describing words, they describe the quality and the quantity of anything. And they are also called adjectives. We use them for comparisons. There are 3 degrees of comparison. We also call them 3 degrees of adjectives. They are the positive degree, the comparative degree, and the superlative degree. Positive degree is the first form where a simple quality or quantity is told, right? Second is comparative degree, when we compare two things. And third, the superlative degree, when we compare many things at a time. So we have tiny. Tiny means very small. Tinier, tiniest. Big, bigger, biggest. Sleepy, sleepier, sleepiest. Lovely, lovelier, loveliest. Late, later, latest. Round, rounder, roundest. Small, smaller, smallest. Good, better, best. These were the exercises. The second chapter will be Neha's alarm clock, and we'll do it tomorrow. Meanwhile, you just listen to this video, and if you like it, just do it, and all the best.